Hey, Yusuf, can you create that Google form?
Yeah, I did make it already, so it's ready.
Can you share it in chat? I want to do a comment on the Twitter post.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Take your time.
Okay, it should be. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it should be in chat now.
I accidentally posted a CA or almost posted it.
What?
Can you send it to me in Discord? My
Sure.
thank you. All right, so what's up, everyone? This is week 13 of Meteora's LP Jam. And if you're new here, this is when we get 50K of Ben Chow or Hello Chow's money, and we LP it live on stream. We've got an awesome guest today, Chartfu Monkey. He's like a heavy hitter in the meme coin space. He's the one who recently launched the dev token, and he's going to be talking to us a little bit about the meme coin space in general and then walking us through some of his strategies for using DLMs to enter and exit positions. And then we've also got another awesome guest. We've got Soul Decoder coming on later today. Soul Decoder has a really, really sweet NFT that lets you get access to their automated trading bot. And you can actually run the Soul Decoder bot and it will automatically open and close LP positions for you based on some metrics that you get to define. So they're going to do a walkthrough later in the space, and we're going to take a bit of our bag and we're going to allocate it to their decoder bot, and we're going to see how it does over the course of the week. So with that being said, oh, also check on Twitter. We have a Google form in there where we have like a little feedback form. And so we're really just trying to hear more about what y'all want from these sessions and how we can serve you all better and improve the sessions. So if you have a second, take a look at that form and just share your thoughts. With that being said, let's get into intros. Yusuf and Charfu, you all want to do a quick shout out and tell the people who you are?
Yeah, sure. Jeffrey here. Dev of Bitcoin Bandits and the dev token. Been like an early employee of Magic Eden and just like helped like the founders like build it out for the last 3 years. Yeah, that's like in short it. Like yeah, just like focusing on in real life farming now, online farming. Uh, being like dev on the token. Yeah, just like a lot of stuff. Didn't sleep for like 2 days.
Bro,
That tells it all, I guess.
do you own cows, Charfu?
Sorry?
Do you own any cows?
Nah, not yet. Not yet, but like I might. I'm still
I'm
not
so
sure.
bullish on
I
cattle,
just want to
dude.
have like for now just plans, and it's actually gonna be like the first papaya farm in Europe.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
You gotta tell chat how you manage the climate with that. I know
Yeah. Yeah.
papaya and cold weather don't
Yes.
always mix.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
One of these days I want to launch a chicken NFT project where people can buy IRL chickens with NFTs.
That's
But that's for another
tokenized
session.
tokenized chicken, huh?
Yusuf, you want to tell everyone your background?
Yes, sir. So hello everyone. My name is Yusuf. Yeah, 19 years old. I spend a lot of my time with the Meteora community and Discord. I'm an LP Army mod, and I also work with Photon aside of yeah, and that's also yeah, that's a project and a product that I spend a lot of my time with as well, other than Meteora. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Let's go. Yusuf's been here pretty much every week. Got a solid contributions from him. And yeah, so with that being said, we're gonna take a look at two of our first LPs. We're looking at Mudang and B today. B's like our recent launch that Chartfu has some insight about, and then everyone, bro, if you don't know Mudang, you've had your head like stuck in a hole for the last week. So Chartfu, do you want to take it over and share a screen and talk a little bit about Mudang and B and how we might LP these?
Oh yeah, just give me like a second. I'm just like finishing up something. Give me like a minute if that's okay.
Of course. So I'll grab screen real quick. So let's take a look at Mudang first. So Mudang, like, God, if y'all been coming to the LP jams, you knew that we actually LP Mudang at 5 million, and what a freaking cope, dude. Like, we also had Hawkeye on that week, and we literally set up an automated position with Mudang and Hawkeye, and I freaking closed it. I'm like, bro, that might be the cope of the lifetime. If we had just like held that and auto rebalanced over time, I might be in Croatia with Chartfu right now. I might be in Cyprus. I might be in the Maldives, just sitting on a beach somewhere sipping a Mai Tai. But alas, that's the game. We hit some, we miss some, and that's what it is. But so Mudang peaked at like 350 mil market cap. Let's take a look at the market cap. Yeah, and so Charfu was talking about how he thinks Mudang is like the runner of a century. Like no other meme coin has an up only cycle like this. And so it's really interesting. I really like using the fib retracement. It kind of gives us some like insight into what we can expect. But right now we're above the 50%. And so I think everyone thinks that Mudang is going to have a bit more of a retrace. We also need to keep in mind that we have October coming along. And so prices for
Oh, yeah.
around the board are probably going to pump. But yeah, Chart, are
Okay,
you ready to go?
I'm back. Yeah, let me just share my screen. Yeah, okay, now I can. Okay. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
We see it.
Okay, perfect. He actually like tweeted today that I'm gonna like basically sell like I either said like go long above like this line, which is like 292 mil. If like the 4 hour closes like above it, go long or like add to the position or just like short it here. I was actually like LPing it yesterday in this range. But like today I took it out because I actually thought like it's gonna run here. But yeah, like as it didn't, like I actually sold like my position here, and yeah, just like waiting to rebuy lower. And how I actually started like using the LMMs was like for trading, not for actually like LPing and like earning fees, but actually to like scale in and out of positions. And I do that like with the bid ask strategy. It's just like taking profit and taking positions with that. So I think like that's actually like a perfect example. That's like on the 4 hour, but like I'll just put it on the one
What's
hour.
what's the meta behind using DLMMs to enter and exit positions versus like spot buys and sales?
Because like so basically like if you want to use like yeah, there's just like a couple of things. So if you want to use limit orders on Solana, there's like basically no options. So like there's Jupiter, right? Jupiter's limit orders are okay. They're actual limit orders, but like their routing is like terrible. So I actually talked like with Meow and just like told him and like I think like they're fixing it. Because like basically if you want to use like the limit order, like man, like the price will be like 10% like above for like 5 minutes and like your order will not fill. So basically, like it's like terrible. So like and like well, what's like really important, like why you're doing like the limit order is because you want to get that fill at the limit. Like you don't want it, right? Like and then the other tools, which is basically Photon, which is Bolex, GMGN that I'm using, or any other bot like Trojan, like they don't actually have limit orders. Those are not limit orders. Those are like trigger market orders, like right. So basically, it triggers at a uh, certain like market cap or a price, and then it executes the market order, right? So they're not actually limit orders. Like they can be like different, and they're like they don't get like filled like all the time. So the only option you have for using limit orders is actually Meteora DLMMs because like DLMM is like actually like a limit order, right? Like it only fills at that price. So like like DLMMs are basically like a set of orders, right? Like a set of limit orders on chain. So basically, like, and because like they have like perfect routing, that's why like they're like so effective. And then like the other thing is, so if you want to use like any like I don't know, like when you're taking profits or where you like when you're like scaling into a position, you actually don't want to like just deploy like one order, right? So you will always like deploy like a couple of orders. So basically, what like DLMMs allow you is actually to do that like with one click,
Yeah.
which is amazing, right? So I think like there's like a couple of I know like a couple of people that are working on better UIs. So any tool like GMGN, Photon, Bullx could like actually integrate like those order types as like advanced orders into their UI and just like advance like the trading, which would be basically like creating like a DLMM with like a stop loss, right? So I'm actually like I try to like push everyone from those to like do it, but like like it's not like priority. But yeah, that's how I use them because like they're actual limit orders which you can count on. So basically you can do just like a one bin order, right? And that's it. Well, like the problem that you have, like if you're using like just like straight up Meteora is that if the order fills and just go like beyond your price, so I don't know, like I'm bidding something that's so I'm bidding here on like the blue line, and then like if it goes like beyond the blue line, right, that's fine. But then like when it goes up and I'm expecting it to go up, right,
Yeah.
then it would just like go through it again. So I would need like a when it fills, I need it to like just like stop the pull, right?
Yeah, that
So I think like
that
the
will be
only tool that
excellent.
the only tool that offers that is like Hogsight. So I'm using like Hogsight to do that, right?
Very
And I
cool.
can just like show it. But yeah, that's like basically how you use it. Like you actually want to spread like you want like when you're buying, when you're scaling in, you want like order here, then you want like an order here, right? Then you want like order here, something like that. And that's actually what the LMMs offer you. And like bid ask is actually perfect, especially for taking profits. It's even better because you on the way up, you just want to sell more and more and more and more, like the price when the price goes up. So like the ask strategy from Meteora is it's just like perfect. But yeah, you have to be around and then like actually constantly like take the money out, right?
Yeah.
So that's just like the only problem. But
It it's gonna be sweet when we can have like automated DLMMs that will auto close once the price has moved through your range.
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
I've definitely ridden the bus before and watched all my
Um,
profits fade away as price retraces again.
I
Yeah.
actually so I can show it. Let me just see. Where is like create position? Do you guys see like create position? Am I blind?
Wait, are you sharing your Meteor screen right now?
Oh, do you see my screen?
Yeah, yeah, but we see the
Hawkside.
GMGM interface.
You're seeing Hawkside, right?
No, 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 we're
Oh,
seeing GMGM.
oh, sorry. Let me switch. Let me
Yeah.
switch that. That's my bad. Application window.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. We can
No
open
problem.
the
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Better now?
Yeah, it's better now. We see your Hawkeye screen.
Okay, awesome. Okay, now I have like create position.
Yeah.
Um, so here, if you want to create the position, do you have like a couple of options, right? Like the standard options uh for like choosing the strategy and then like the range. But then like
Mm.
what you have here is like set stop loss price, and set take profit price, right? Which is like actually amazing. It's like that, like when you set those, uh they will auto close like the pool and you can like set them
Mm,
by the price or by like the percentage. So
yeah.
they will just like close the pool and that like when like for example, what I do is like actually have like we'll be buying here, right?
Mm,
So we'll have it like that, and then like what I usually do is like not minus 50, but I set it to like minus uh let's see, something like that, right? Minus 30%. And then input, okay, that's deposited. And what you need to be just like aware of here is you have to turn off auto rebalancing, right? Because like what Hawkside offers is like actually like that like they'll the auto rebalance like the sums for you. So basically you don't like
yeah.
run. So yeah. So that's like the only thing that you have to be like just like aware here. But like everything else is fine. I'll just use actually like Meteora now because like what I want to do here is scale into the position. So I actually wanna I'll just take that. I'll delete those lines. Yeah, I also like use like the FIP because like everybody else uses it. On meme coins especially. I'll just use it. I'll just use it here. And then like basically like that's like the range that you want to bid, right? Like the golden pocket probably. I don't think we see like yeah, I just don't believe I just think like the coin is like too bullish. Like I really never seen like a coin running like Mudang probably. Uh I don't know, like yeah, it's just wild. And just like the confluence of like the virality that it has like actually outside of Web3 and just like the connection with Web3 is like amazing. Like that's like the first coin that actually made it, right? Like in my opinion, that's like the first coin that actually managed to like hit like degens as well as like Web3, like Web2 normies, like
Yeah.
this same way. Like they both like care, they both like laugh at the memes. And then like what the Web3 part of like what the team like for Mudang actually did like amazing is like they don't call it like a project page like on Twitter, they call it like a fan page, right? So it's basically like a fan page for everyone. And they're doing like a lot of cool memes. So like yeah, just like this confluence and like the virality. Like I mean like CNN did uh like an article last week that like Mudang has like a cryptocurrency, right? So
Yeah.
imagine that, like that's like like you don't get that like every day, right?
Did you
Um,
see
I
Saturday
agree.
Night Live's bit about Mudang? Yeah, they did a bit on Saturday Night Live too, like last week.
mhm. I mean, yeah, like yeah, just like those two things, like that's like we don't get that, like, and I'm actually expecting it to get like yesterday. I got like the Bybit listing, right? And then like I expect to get like or OKX like this week, right? And then like Binance probably like this week or next week. They will just have like I mean like they're at this point, when you get like when you get like Bybit and like OKX at the same time, when you're Binance and you see like volume on both like on chain and like those two platforms, like yeah, you're just like forced to list, right? So I
Mm,
think like yeah, it's just like I don't know why like if I were like yeah Binance like I would list it like before Bybit because like it's like a straight shooter. Like you cannot miss on that one, right? Like there's like no risk of rugging. So yeah, that's like those two things. Just like the virality and just like the potential like listings, like just like tell me like there's no chance that we go down here to like I would love to. I would love to go down there. I would love to go like here. Like actually like coins always go like below 786. So that would be like 50, 60 mil. Yeah. There would be like no happier person than me, but like I just like don't think so. So What I'll do
Mm.
here and how I use like the LMMs like is actually like taking this range. So basically so just like taking this from 50, yeah, from the 50 fib to like the 60 618 and just like put like orders in. So uh yeah, what I do, like, yeah, I'll just switch it to Solana and price. Just do it again. Okay.
Or do you know how much an exchange like Binance needs to buy in order to add a coin to their platform?
Point 15. Point like around like point 15, point 2. It's not that much, right? It's not like yeah, it's not like life changing. And I think like they actually use like DCA, right, for stuff like that, right? So
Probably.
yeah, basically this is where I want to like start my pool. Like this is the price where I want to like start my pool in Solana. And this is like where I want it to be like filled. So what I
Mm.
do, yeah.
We're
And
gonna
what I'll
copy trade you,
actually
Bert.
sorry.
We're gonna copy trade you.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Uh so like when orders like that, like I usually like when I identify like a top, uh and I actually did like with this coin. When I identify like the top like around here, I I turn on like uh the DLMM here already, right? And
Really?
just have it like until like the point 382 or like the point 5 fib, right? And what I do then like is actually choose like a high bin step and 5% fees, right?
Yes.
Because like basically what I'm trying to do is like I want to use it for limit orders. But like why like if I'm like confident like the coin will go up, like then I also am thinking like, oh, maybe I can earn some fees, right? On it. So I will just like put like the max fees, right? On it. So those yeah, this is just like how I approach it. Like, yeah, just like so what I'll do, like let me see what's there. Uh
I caught a coin last week, and I what I really like doing is catching an LP at the top because
yeah,
when
yeah,
you have high volume, you you're almost guaranteed a double top. Like there's always
yeah,
going to be late buyers who are trying
yes,
to catch that last run.
exactly.
And so you can get like I did a poor job. Well, I'm not gonna say I did a poor job because we booked like a 2K profit, but I could have held the LP for like 90 minutes and we probably would have like 2 or 3x our profit. And so like
Yeah,
if you can catch those moments with max volatility and max volume, that's where
yes.
the DLMM tools really shine.
Yeah, I think like my best, like my by far like best was like from Elia like Mother Token.
Hmm.
I think like with 12K bankroll, I made like 10K in like an hour or something like that. Like
Yep.
it was just crazy. It was just crazy, right? Um,
So
okay.
someone in chat just asked why the liquidity on Moodang is down to 80%. And that's probably because it's getting a little oversaturated and people are just looking for other opportunities where their capital is better utilized. Um, if you
What do
look
you
at
mean
it,
80%?
I'm not sure exactly what they mean. I'm guessing it's down 80% or it's down to 80% of what it was. It's probably the more accurate answer.
Is it like volume or like well like I don't know like when people say
No.
liquidity, I don't know like if they actually know what they say.
He's saying the locked liquidity is down 80%.
Oh, lock with liquidity, but because like probably somebody's just like putting money into like the
Oh,
the, the pool, right? Like on
yeah.
Radium, probably.
So
Um,
in an instance like mooting, you have the lock liquidity, which was like the initial liquidity from
oh yeah,
wherever it was. I mean, it's not a pump
yeah,
fund,
it's
is it?
80%, right?
Yeah, but then you also have people like us who are just allocating liquidity because they want to be market makers, and so not all the liquidity on a coin is always going to be locked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes. So he's asking the locked liquidity is down 80%. I think he's like I think it depends on what you mean with like by 80%. Like, do you mean related to USD or like is there any other metric? Because the only way that locked liquidity would go down, like down, 80% would be in relation to USD value, right? Because you cannot withdraw the liquidity in a locked liquidity pool. But it can obviously lose value against USD if the token is dumping.
I mean, yeah, like I think you mean like probably like usually when people say liquidity, they actually mean volume, although like it's like two so completely different, yeah, just like completely different things. But yeah, anyway, I think like let me see how much like the only reliable source for like volume is actually Bird's Eye, which is annoying. You have to use like they're like the only ones that aggregate like all the pools, right?
Mm,
And just like show the volume. Mudang. Yeah, let's see. Volume's 91. It's like down 20% in like the last 24 hours. But let's look at it like let's just see. Oh yeah. I mean, of course, yeah, the volume's down. I mean, like the token is like slowing down and entering like a phase where it'll just like chop maybe. Is it like
mm,
4 hours? Is it like days? Is it like hours? Doesn't matter. But like when you enter like a retrace, which is like a pullback, the volume goes down, right? Because like the trading slows down. Like there's like no buyers, right? So that's like a normal, yeah, just like a regular thing to happen, right? Like,
mm,
and the volume was literally crazy. It was like on, yeah, 800 mil. It was like an average. Let's see, like the average. Let's add the average. Uh,
I think he was just talking about the amount of liquidity that's locked relative to total liquidity. If you look on Dex Screener, it shows that like 80.46 of liquidity is locked.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so yeah. So that's just showing that some of the liquidity is from people like us.
I mean,
And
like, look, it's crazy. Like the regular AMM, like not like a DLMM or just like any, is doing like 1,000%, right? It's like 1,000% like APR
mm,
mm,
on
on
radio.
Radium.
If you just like put it in that like pool, right? So like why? Like yeah, like why
That's
would you
so
like
sick, dude.
like if it's like 1,000%, like that's like good enough to for you to like put money just like in, right? And not to care, right?
Just everyone go put half of your stack in the Soul Mudang pool and come back in 6 months.
Yeah.
They can retire.
Yeah. I mean, like I don't know, like if you remember like the crazy launch that was supposed to be like from Donald, like from Trump, like the
Oh
RTR,
yeah.
right?
oh
I mean, like
yeah.
that's cool. And Meteora still has like, like 4 mil TVL or something like that. Like it's crazy, right? Like
Mm,
Yeah.
it's let's see, RTR. Like and like like bots still trade like against this shit. So although it's like a dead coin, why is it not for me? RTR. You still have like like 3.5 mil, right? And the market cap is like 3 point where's the market cap? Fully
six
diluted is like 6 million. Although it's like a
million.
dead coin, right? Like it's completely dead.
Yeah.
Kind of
It's
nuts.
it's, it's kind of mad to be honest. Like it's very crazy that they're sitting $3.5 million that cannot be touched and won't be touched forever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, like off the topic, like okay, like we answered this probably. Yeah, people just want to put like money in and just like earn them. So like if they take them off, like it doesn't matter. Like actually 100% of like the liquidity is locked, right? Like the initial liquidity, right? Because like this is like a launch from Pub Not Fun, right? So like the initial liquidity, it's like 100% locked. But like yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wudang, Wudang, Wudang. Okay. So when I go here, I will choose the bid-ask strategy. And then I will be just buying. I'll be just like buying Wudang. So like I always just like put the line here. And then what I do is just take a look. Oh, where's my line? Where? Jim. Okay, here. So I said like point, yeah, 0.00129888. So that's like the number that I take and just like put as the starting price. Uh, point two, oh, 0.2988, right? So okay, that's that's actually annoying where you have to. Okay.
Yeah, that's very annoying.
Okay. Yeah. They have to fix this. But so the price, like basically the price to start my pool still like from this price needs to go down by 14.7%. And then like
Yeah.
the pool will only open. And then it has to go from this price, ideally, let's see, to okay, 309907.
Try and check if there's a update pool or a price of pool button if you scroll up a bit. Yeah, you can try and sync with Jupiter's price. If you press
Yeah,
that one,
I will. Yeah. They fixed it. Just like 999. Okay, 99. 99. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. So it has to
mm,
go like actually down like 10%, right? Uh, that's it. And then I can put in like, yeah, basically I'll put in like 26 sol here. So what a like that like allows me like this is like one limit order, right? This is another. This is like the third one. Those are all limit orders, as you can see, right?
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
this one, like this is like the first one. It starts from here, and basically the price is like 0.00129 sol per token. And this pool, like this limit order has like 0.04127 Solana in it, right? And then it shows here it has like 35 orders like that, right? So I want to hit them like, yeah, I just want to hit them. I just want to hit them all. And I actually hope like the price goes a little bit like below. So what I'm actually hoping is that the price goes like at least like here. So I can like close it, right? Or like the alternative is like, as we said, like using hawk side, right? So I choose like bid ask. Uh, I choose this, and then like minimum price, we said like 0.99. I'll have it here, and then like point.
I love how you can earn fees while entering and exiting positions in this way. Because that's just
Yeah,
like icing on the cake
yeah,
for all this stuff.
exactly. And it's like basically like this is like a pretty big range. So you will have volume there, even like in one way, right? And you can
mm,
grab like actually like on a high volume, like that's like when I saw like the top end like yesterday, like I just like messaged like everybody that I know. Oh man, you should like DLMM. And then like I tweeted like guys like you should like DLMM like Mudang. Like I tweeted it yesterday because like I knew like the top is in and there's like not like a better way to like earn fee like because when like with regular tokens you'll have like the top end and then like the volume will decrease like crazy. But here you still have like 100 mil volume today, right? So like there's like money for everyone for grabs, right? And like, yeah, it just like goes like, yeah. So what I'll do here is like you're creating like out of range position. Okay, that's perfect. Number of bins, it doesn't say. Um, okay. I'll input the amounts. I will not use this. And stop loss is like basically I'll just put it. So if my price here, like the minimum, like this is like where it ends, like where my pool ends, is basically 0.0099. Then like I will just like put this price here and just like add like a one. So before it hits like the last order, it actually closes, right? So it doesn't go back, and then like it'll never, yeah, fuck. Or yeah, I can do that. I can just do that. Like that's fine too. So that, and then like I take like 26 sol.
Yo, Chartfu, we need to check out S-Dog.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
I'm gonna grab the screen real quick. So this is actually like a great opportunity. We should LP this
For
live
sure.
because it's
For
like
sure.
it's a freaking banger. So
Let me just like stop my share. Okay, go for it.
it just hit a milli. It's doing 200 to 300K every 5 minutes.
Oh,
And
that's a good one. Let's have some fun, dude.
yeah,
Let's go in.
okay.
Yeah,
So
let's
this
go
is
in with like 5 soul or something, okay?
bro, I'm gonna hit more than 5 soul, my man.
Nah, bro, go with 5 soul, dude. Like last
Yusuf,
time
you
we
gotta live a little bit, my man. So they have check out on Twitter. There's a spaces going on right now, and they've got like 1,000 people in their space. So what I really like for top blasting like this, and also if you're seeing this much volume, it's been out for an hour. It's probably gonna go to like 2.53 mil is my guess. But I really like going from our top minus like 40% and LPing this range. That's
then
like
I'll
the sweet spot for me.
go with more in my opinion. I'd rather go 50% below the current price. Like especially
I
if
can't do it. I can't do it, Yusuf.
no, try and go into the pool actually. Like it might be a high pin step pool. I didn't see it.
There's a 5% 250 bin step.
Yeah, so you will be able to cover that 50% retrace. And it's a 1 million coin. It just launched like a few minutes ago. Okay, yeah, like an hour ago or something like that. That's very risky in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like
I
I
know.
think if
But
50%.
the thing is the volume is so crazy on these that
Mm,
it
Yeah.
really makes up for it. So this is how I've been really like crushing. I'm gonna keep our top like up there because uh I want to be able to have room on the top. So I'm YOLOing
yeah.
25 in. Let's get it. And then
Wait,
after this,
bro. Oh,
bro, this is how I crushed it with series today. I really think
Yeah.
like this is like
This is
this
how you
is
do it.
where
Yeah.
yeah, this is where DLMs really shine. And so if we
yeah.
get a good sell off, I'm gonna buy some here so we can add some to the top. But we're doing almost 400K on 5 minutes. We're probably not even gonna hit. Honestly, there's a good chance we don't even hit our range ever again. Not ever again because this like there's a good chance this doesn't go forever. But like when you see volume like this, you have to respect it. Um,
To be
Yeah.
honest, I agree. I do agree, but yeah, you really need to be aware because like things can happen that you did not expect.
I know.
Like
Let's check
yeah.
the pump fund metrics or whatever. Oops.
It wasn't really you, but it was more towards the audience. You know, guys, please be wary when you provide liquidity
Yeah,
to such.
this is very risky. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me see if I can share my Telegram.
Oh, did you get a notification there?
No, I don't have my volume bot running yet. I saw it
Oh,
on Twitter. But so
oh,
there's a lot like 45 isn't crazy for like a bundle, essentially what this is saying is like the inside team bought a big amount of the bonding curve, and so they have decent supply control. So this can be bad. Like they can definitely rug on this, but this is also common with like most token launches. Like, Chart, what do you think about this when you see a 45% purchase of the bonding curve?
That's bullish.
Why do you
That's
say
like
it's bullish?
actually no, like 45 is actually shit. You have like I'm bullish like when I see more. Like
Really?
I actually want to see more. Yeah. Like man, like I just launched a token, right? Like
Yeah,
and
I
like
have to buy some of
everybody was
those.
warning me about like this thing like supply control, right? And
Yeah.
like why supply control? It's not because you cannot sell it. It's because of the sell pressure that it brings. Like man, like if you have like a chart like this now, right? Like this is like a chart that's like how much is the coin? Is it like 2 mil?
Say 1 mil right now, 1.2
It's
mil.
like 1 mil.
Yeah,
I
it's so
take
early.
1%. I take 1% of the supply and I drown it down to like 400K. So imagine if like people have like that, like you know, like you see like the first one clipping, and then like the second one clips, and then like if people have too much supply, it's done for the token. It's over. It's over. Like I
Yeah,
can show like I cannot like yeah I can show you like the good examples because like everything else is just like they didn't have like enough supply, and I wasn't like I just didn't see it. Like I thought like man like I sniped like a lot of supply like around like 50%. Man, like I didn't know like where the sellers are coming from. They're just like sell, 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 like right? Like and you think like you have like, oh man, you own like 50%. Like it's yeah, shit.
Mm.
yeah. I think what you have to understand is that in order for a token to go to 10 million or 20 million, there has to be market makers pushing volume, and the team has to have supply control. Otherwise, just as Chartreuse said, like people are going to sell when they're at 2 or 3 or 5x, and that's like such normal behavior. And so like you kind of have to do this if you're going to do like a proper token launch. um so what I'm doing now is I'm just spot buying a little bit as we see these little mini dumps. And so like again, like this is like super, super risky, but like what I'm going for here is like a 50% gain in 1 to 2 hours. Like literally in 90 minutes, we've either done a 50% or we get wrecked here. And so this is like super aggro. You shouldn't do this. Like if you're going to do this, you need to be doing it with like zero point 0.1 or zero point 0.2 soul while you're practicing. And but like the really like the key here is like one of the reasons that we can do this really, really effectively is because we're allocating like a large amount of capital, and that gives us larger orders going through our DLMM. And so like if we see like a big swing, we're gonna see this go up to like 2 or 3 soul real quick. Um
Yeah, so it's moving right now, okay? I
yeah,
think yeah, it's moving and making good volume right now. Um
but we can also, the reason I really like this is because they have 1,000 people in their Twitter space. And we're so early. Like with a coin that's getting this amount of volume, you usually see like a 3 to 6 hour life cycle until it peaks. And so I think what we see here is the first movement. 1 million is like a really, really common place for people to take profit, but we see a big uptick in volume. And so I think we see a bit of a range here and then we move up. But we also could get wrecked here. So let's let's just watch the chart and see what happens. It's I
yeah,
mean,
let's
go
try
big or
and
go
print
home.
some coins. Let- Let's try and print some monies.
I think we're good here, but we'll see. This is like the play that I like the most because with your longer term LPs, you're so vulnerable to price movement. I mean, obviously we're seeing big, big price movement here, but like I only intend to be in this position for like 30 to 90 minutes maximum, and then I'm out. And so let's see what happens. Um,
Yeah.
while we're watching this, so we got Soul Decoder here. He's the founder and CEO of the Soul Decoder NFT project. Do you want to take a moment to tell us about your project and talk to us about how people can use Soul Decoder to start getting us like completely automated DLMing?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Yeah. My name is Go by Professor Decoder, and we started up Soul Decoder around 2.5 years ago. Let me try sharing my screen here so we can see stuff. Do desktop one. All right, and the screen share works.
Um, yes, it does.
Awesome. Yeah, so basically what we have is and we started building this maybe 4 months ago, or I think maybe 3 months ago, but we built this on top of our original airdrop farmer, which we started back in January. So this is all, tons of people have been using this for a long time. But basically what this allows you to do is, you right now I'm on my MacBook, but you can also see I'm connected to a, cloud PC here. Only costs like less than $6 a month. You can pay in crypto as well. So you just very cheaply buy one of these, set it up also a free RPC, import your wallet, and then once the farmer, what we call decoder farmer, is installed, you have this little program here. And what it will do is it runs 24/7 for you. And it goes and finds the all the different Meteora DLMs with the best fees, in relation to their TVL and some other algorithm things we've put in there, and it just automatically buys it for you. And it's not going to just buy, whatever one, some like new token with like 200,000 market cap. It's like you have to put in your own settings here. So we have a whole bunch of preset settings, and in our community, we some people have made their own settings, which have been pretty successful. And you can see, right now for this test, I'm going with like 7 million market cap. I want it to be 30 hours or older, as what I've seen in the past week. A lot of these tokens are just going down super hard, after like a few hours, and I just want to avoid rugs as much as I can, or just big red candles, you know.
Mm,
And we're going out to Deck Screener and getting all this, volume for you. So I want to say, 200,000 1 hour volume, 1.2 million 24-hour volume, and we also get like the price changes as well. So with the like a -5%, so the token has to be, has to have moved greater than -5%. So if you want to be super safe, you could put that as like 3%. So it has to have moved at least 3% in the past 5 minutes, or 5% in the past hour, stuff like that. So make it so you're sort of catching green candles, or if you are comfortable with catching red candles, you can certainly make these whatever you want. It's all customizable for you.
Professor, so I've got a little bag set aside to run using your tool. Can I grab the screen share and you walk us through the best settings you think we can use?
Yeah, let me stop sharing there. Go ahead.
So I've actually been using this tool for like a week or so, and it's really sweet to be honest, just because like I anytime you can get like active or excuse me, completely passive income, that's really, really sweet. So I'm gonna just let you tell us what to do. We've got 20 sold to allocate to this. And so talk to us and tell us what you think we should do.
Yeah, if you could maximize the app here so we can see stuff a bit better. Yeah. I mean, if you have 20 soul, we'll probably go with a something that's not too risky. And usually we recommend people buy anywhere between 1/3 through 1/2 of their wallet size. And definitely don't, put your entire crypto net worth into here. Gotta diversify and all that. So for the size, maybe just put like 8 Solana, so just 8 in there.
Cool.
For a stop loss, some people they like a lot tighter stop losses, like a -10, but I try to have the trade breathe. I think depending on when you got in the coin and what the coin does is like both have their disadvantages and disadvantages, but go ahead and leave that at 30.
Cool.
It's nice to leave the stop trading a token if the stop loss is hit. You especially want to do that if you're trading like these degen ones on a super low time setting. Like otherwise, you'll get like five stops in a row if if you somehow catch something that continues dumping. And then for take profit, we'll leave at 7% there. Right now, that does not include the, potential for the fees that you have and you have not
Oh, cool.
claimed. But in the next build, within a few days, it will. So this take profit should hit a lot faster. And then as you scroll down here, so pretty much we're gonna leave everything, this mid market cap. I messed with these settings earlier, and whatever is baked in here, I'm pretty comfortable with. So we're gonna go with 4 hours. In the future, definitely a lot more comfortable with doing like 24 hours because we'll also be able to automatically close it within the next week when the position goes out of bounds, either to the right or to the left. And, that's customizable for you. Like you can have it, let it run, only let it go out of bounds on one direction. And so, like the strategy I'm trying to do in the future is, leave it at 24 hours and hope the take profit hits, from all the different fees you're accumulating or from the out of bounds. So you really shouldn't be in any pool for more than like 1 through 3 hours if that's the case. Yeah, going and scrolling down a bit more. So step size, we'll leave it at wide. Um, Definitely once those two other features I talked about with the adding the fees and the out of bounds, a lot easier to put that on medium because you're generating fees, that much faster. And only downsides to that, of course, if the token goes down, you're now fully allocated in that token a lot quicker, and then
Yeah.
you just want to hope it doesn't go down too much. Yeah, after that. Yeah, going down to advanced settings and yeah, again, we'll leave everything as is. Definitely that token age at 30 hours makes it so you're not getting those new tokens. And while 10 million is pretty safe, what I've also seen in the past few days, like it's not too safe because I think like that hashtag dog, whatever, went from like 92% down. I think
Yeah.
12 million down to 1.4 million just in a day. It was particularly
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, like Pesto went 31 million. Now it's down at 7 million. So you might think you're safe, 20 to 30 million, but if you're holding for too long, you'll definitely get wrecked there a bit. But yeah, I think the rest of these settings, they're pretty good. And, we do have new builds like every 3 through 7 days. And we're going to be adding, some more settings, which I can talk about a bit later.
Awesome.
But yeah, I think this should be good. And yeah, so again, just click add liquidity, and this is just going to go out and automatically find stuff for you. So if you can full size this terminal here.
Do I need
So
to run the bot as admin? Is that really important?
you don't shouldn't know. I
Okay.
mean, the next time you can. And so what this is going to do is, make sure that it's going to close any of your previous positions. That way, everything's nice and clear. And okay, so go ahead and scroll up to like the beginning and I'll sort of explain stuff. Okay, so it fetched the top 25, DLMMs based on our strategy. You can see, yeah, scroll up one more time, sorry. So you can see that, Lulu, um, you can see why it skipped it, you know, and Lulu went down, -6% in the past 1 hour, but you wanted 1%. It only had 64,000 volume in the past hour, and that's across, all dexes. And even worse, it had like a $944 in the DLM volume in the last 1 hour. You wanted 20,000. So as good as, we thought, Lulu would be, we're gonna skip it because of all those things.
Cool.
If you go down to the third one, pod. So yeah, so token market cap, that's 2.5 million, and the token volume, you want to set that down a bit. And then, so how about look two more down, like our dog, you can see, okay, yeah. So the market cap is 7 million. You want to 10 million. So if we want to get into our dog, let's set our market cap down to 7 million and let's set the 1 hour price change down to like negative 12. Yeah. So go ahead and exit this terminal. And we're only, yeah, so market cap 7 million and then negative 12 for 1 hour. So we're only doing this, to force ourselves to get into something, but you don't have to do this. I mean, just let it leave, go to sleep, go see a movie, and then every 2 minutes it's finding new things to buy for you and it's pulling, all that live data. So
Do
if
you think it would be better to keep the settings as they're recommended in like the mid market cap, or do you think it's like better to optimize in different ways?
Um, I mean, definitely for newer people, leave it as is. And, this mid market cap, it's, opinionated. It's just what I thought is the best one. So if you go ahead and maximize this. So as you can see, it shows our dog and you can see those stats that it had. So nice 36 million volume in the last hour. It's had 940,000. Just in this DLM had 940,000. So right now what it's doing is it's buying 50% of the token as Solana, or spending 50% for Solana into that token, and then it's going to deposit both a token and the for Solana into the pool as a spot strategy, with this wide bin step size, and then sometime later in the week, also in our build, we'll have a bid ask. So if you're trying to buy those dips, just to choose bid ask and you will only deposit Solana. You're not going to deposit any of your token at all.
You
And
know,
you're
you know what you should
right
do?
down.
Like you should actually just like name it like a limit order and not like LPing. Because like that's what you're trying to achieve with that type of like order, right? You're just trying to like scale into a position.
Yeah, yeah.
And then just like when the pool fills, like when the last order fills, it closes the pool, right? And then you have like a perfect limit order.
What do you mean by the last pool failing?
No. Like basically like when the last bin fills, right? Then it closes the pool,
Oh,
right? It
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
go
yeah.
like the other like so basically it prevent like it just like closes the pool so it doesn't go the other way now. Like so it doesn't run up, right?
Yeah, right now it does not run up, but yeah, certainly in the future, yeah, we do have plans to, swap it, deposit just a token and do a bid ask the other way, if that's what you mean.
Oh
Uh,
no. Like imagine like I want to like buy into like a position. So I set up like a pool, right? And then like I just leave it like until it like fills completely. But like when the last bin fills, then you just close the pool and you have the tokens, right?
mm-hmm.
Because you want to keep like you want to keep this like you just want to keep the tokens, right? And nothing else. Like you don't want like any fees like basically from it. Like the fees that
Okay.
you get like across the way, like when it goes down, that's perfect. But like you don't want the token to go back up on the bid ask, right? So you just want to
Yeah,
close the
yeah.
pool.
Yeah, we could add that
That would be
as a,
beautiful. That would be
yeah, yeah.
beautiful, sir.
Yeah, that'd be a lot easier to limit in and also generate fees on the way.
Exactly. Exactly this.
Yeah. And real quick, you know, this past week we've been seeing, various issues with like depositing to Meteora and withdrawing. We have two developers on that, so unfortunately you'll get a bit stuck here. It'll keep on retrying. I'm not quite sure how long it will take. Sometimes it's like, 2 minutes, sometimes like 6 minutes. So, if you wanted, I could share again and show a bit more things until this gets filled. But yeah, that's our number one priority. And so the next build will make it deposit within like 30 seconds, whatever.
Yeah, go ahead and grab screen again and tell us a bit more about what y'all are doing and how the app's going to improve over time.
Yeah, so let me see over here. Yeah, so again, it's fully automated, runs 27 for you, and again, we'll have the bid ask, and as Chartfu, recommended, just bid ask, and then just until you're filled, and then cancel it, and now you have a bunch of cheaply bought coins. Our algo on which to buy, we are constantly improving that, putting in different weights as to which pool is the best to buy. So we'll, as good as it is now, be a lot better in the future. And one cool thing about this is, all of our swaps, automated swaps, is done through Jupiter. So you're doing nothing. You're just clicking some buttons, leave it run, for a whole week, and then you're getting the Jupiter airdrop, you're getting the Meteora airdrop, and Solana into your wallet as your pool pools do well. As I talked about, a lot of filters. This you can do take profits and stop losses. We automatically filter out low 1% base fee pools, and we also filter out pools that had from Deck Screener more sellers than buyers in the last hour. So it's like a lot of automated things. You don't have to go out to Deck Screener and calculate all this for you. So yeah, I mean, as much as we've been working on the past few months, here's what we have, but here's our roadmap. I'm not going to go too much into detail about it, but you can optionally set it. You only buy into DLMs with the 5% base fee and at least a 5% dynamic fee. And so you'll get in even less pools, but when you do, like you'll be printing, pretty massively with those huge fees. As I said, it'll have the auto close when it goes out of range. And one cool thing it will be able to do is automatically downsize during the weekend. Many people have been saying and, shown statistics have a weekend is the less volume, and it's not really good risk reward to be DLMing with
Yep.
your full stack.
Weekend
Then,
LPing is scary. It can be
yeah, yeah.
dangerous.
And say you're running this mid cap setting, you can run it with like, 70% of your wallet, but pretty soon you can say, for 30% of my wallet, I want to do it on like these degen settings and only buy pools, that came out last few hours and have like a 500 market cap or above. So be able to run two different pools at once is pretty soon. And then, yeah, you can auto claiming the fees will be done in the future, if possible, should be able to like copy trade others. Yes, we have all this automated, but maybe you want to copy other people who have better settings or just people who do it manually, and you should be able to do it from here. And it is sort of halfway annoying to go out here and get the high on this cloud server, download exe, set all that stuff up. You know, we started 2.5 years ago, as a Discord bot, and our Discord bot is in 2,000 different servers right now. And what we plan to do once this is a lot more, all those features are made, is, build all this into our Discord bot, where all you can do is you go into there and you type like /start, and then you deposit some Solana to the wallet it tells you, and then you say, run mid settings, and you're done. That's it. So someone new user can onboard in 60 seconds is the rather than like 5 through 10 minutes as it is now. But yeah, tons of stuff there. And even speaking of Discord bots, if you wanted to invite our Discord bot to your server, one thing is for free. What we offer is like this is a pool. So whenever someone links a pool into your Discord server, it will automatically reply with that pool information. So you can see the TVL, the bins, the fees that it's made. This is all unique to Meteora. And then this is, from like Dextrine and other places. The Spaces dog was released 2 hours ago. It went up this much. And, stuff like that. All this. So this is like what, if you've seen like Rickbot do. And this is just Meteora. So it's just all that's for free. Just hop in our Discord and all you have to do is, go to like profile and then add app. And it's also pretty cool. You can be like, thanks. I hope Space's dog goes up a bunch. And then you can actually talk with ChatGPT. And again, that's all free.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually pretty interesting.
Tell the audience about the little giveaway you have going on right now.
Yeah, go to our Twitter. I mean, just type, Soul Decoder right there. And if you just comment and retweet, we will after like tomorrow or something choose 3 people to use this absolutely for free, for a whole month. And yeah, you can try that out. So yeah,
Yeah, let's go.
comment and retweet for a free whole month for 3 people.
It's an awesome way to test out the bot.
Yeah, and then if you're a decoder holder of a few of our NFTs, what you can also do is get this feed added to your Discord, and every few hours it's telling you about these new coins that are coming out that have some good fee opportunities, and if you could search for Moodang in Meteora pools, you can see the very first reference at 2.7 million. I bet everyone wished they bought then and aped into it. But yeah, this is a whole fully automated, you know, whenever some token comes out, which has a very high ranking of the fees versus its TVL, and it can definitely include a lot of these newer tokens, like you see, 340K and all that. It'll just be automatically put into your Discord, and then you can click on it to DLM it, or just click on one of these things, and you can automatically buy it in like Trojan or BonkBot stuff like that with one click.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and grab screen again because we have some crazy movement on SDOG. So I went ahead and rebalanced our position. My thesis or my hypothesis was completely incorrect. So we saw a way bigger dump than I was expecting. I rebalanced. Let's take a look at our position. So what I did is I sold a portion of our SDOG to give us some liquidity on the bottom, and then I rebalanced up on top. So we're down a pretty decent amount right now. But Chartfu, I'd love to hear your thoughts on like what this kind of like price action shows, because this obviously is when bundling goes wrong, because you got to assume that a lot of this is just insiders like dumping on us, and so we kind of got hit as exit liquidity
It's
here.
actually not like they like yeah, it depends. But that's what I told you. Like I told you like when you asked me like is 45%, like what do you think like when you see like 45%? And I'm saying like it's too low, right? So that means that like the other 55% like were bought by people, right? And that's like probably like the selling pressure. Like we can go like actually like see like if there's like anything like coming from the bundle, but like I actually don't think like it is, because like when people see like a coin, like when you're like a deployer and like you see like an opportunity like that, like you basically see like, oh, this coin can run much higher and I can then sell it, right? Like I would not like as a deployer sell it here, right? Because like I have like an option to earn like 200, 300, like no, like the liquidity is like 89K, right? So like at 1.5 mil, it was like probably like 200K. So that's like the max I can earn if I like dump it all, right? So I would just like, so that's like, yeah. Well, a lot of scammers are not like also like smart, so like they don't think like like I do now, right?
The
Like I just want to
short-term
like,
thinking.
if I would be like a scammer, then like I would just like love to like maximize, right? My profits. So I would leave the coin. So I don't think it's like that's actually the thing. Like it's lack of supply control. So you have supply pressure. And then when you get like the first cells rolling, right? Then you have just like like a snowball effect of like sellers, right? And they
How
get
can
out,
we
right?
how can we check to see what the initial bundlers have done with their tokens?
Oh, you just go to, like to SolScan, like the first transaction. Like you can just go like to you take the contract address, go to SolScan or whatever, yeah, whatever you use. Uh, yeah, take the contract.
And then you're essentially just gonna look at those first buys and see
Yeah,
what they
you
did.
just look at like the first transaction, right? Uh, mm, mm, mm. Yeah. Set authority. Wait. Was that like a pump.fun?
Yeah.
No, token 22 as dog. Yeah, basically we need to take like the pool, right? Or like maybe like in your Telegram app, you actually have that. Like I didn't see it, but like when you looked at your Telegram app that like scans the token, maybe they have like the first transaction or just like the link to something. Mm.
Yeah,
But
well,
yeah, usually
I
usually
know.
you just take like this like first buy, right? Like usually you just like take the first buy and look for
Yeah.
it, right?
So on Photon, you can actually track for that. Okay.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Maybe maybe you could try to go to Photon Bob and I'll show you how to do it. All right. So try to
It'll
yeah.
let us see the first buyers, right? And like the insiders
Yeah,
thing.
you'll be able to see the liquidity being provided into the Radium pool as it migrated, right? You'll be able to
Okay.
see all the new bytes. So if you scroll down to transactions further down, yeah, and if you flip it, if you can you see like a two arrows?
Yeah, we need to go to the start.
Yeah, there.
So this is our dev essentially, correct?
That's the pump fund deployer. So that's I believe pump fund deploys 30 Sol into a pool whenever a token migrates. I think that's how they work. So that's the pump fund. Um, or that's the radon pool that is being created by pump fund.
And then these here are our first buyers.
Yeah, those are the first seconds. You can see the time, like the exact timestamps of those buys and sells.
So I guess let's take a look at
You,
what
you know you can try to filter for it. If you just click there and then you'll see all his buys within that pool.
so this guy sold for like a 70 cent profit. What a
Yeah,
psycho.
that was likely just a volume bot or something. I don't know.
And then this is, let's look at this whale. I mean, so
Yeah,
do
so
we know if they still have holdings? No, they have small too.
you can click on the whale. Can you click on the icon, the whale icon? So he has,
Everything.
yeah, so he sold everything, yeah, right? He made 1.6K on it.
Not a bad return.
Mhm.
So what I really want to do is find the people who bundled the pump fun orders. Um,
Oh, so if you want to bundle like pump.fun orders, you basically have like this tool which is called like tools with hat, right? Like I don't know, like if you saw like that video where this scammer comes and like shows like how he like bundles like
yeah,
hundreds of lines a day,
yeah.
right? So basically like it's like you set up like different actions in that tool and then you just run it. And we like you can have like a template and you can just like run it unlimited, right? And then like you can bundle I think like on Radium is like when you on pump.fun. So basically it's like 85% of the supply is available on pump.fun and then like 15% is on Radium with Meteora and Moonshot, it's 80%, right? So basically what you can do is like you can bundle buy like this like whole supply, right? Of like 80%, 85.
So
And
that's
that's
what I
what
feel
you
like.
should do. Like if you're launching a token, I recommend doing this.
That's what I
All that
feel like
sounds
is
awful,
happening
but
here.
like yeah.
I feel like we're getting dumped on by the early bundlers or the early buyers.
Mm,
Um,
I can find out. I can
Yeah,
find those.
it's quite interesting that Pump Fund, it seems like they buy one soul of a token whenever they create a
Oh,
pool.
give me, yo, send me this. I'll find it. I'll find. I know, like I'll know how to find it. Uh,
Oh man, this is a bad choice. Oh well.
Yeah, you can see the sell orders, real time. Yeah, you can see it's dumping hard, man.
I think we need to exit. We're down.
just dump it, yeah. Just dump it before it dumps you. S dog. So it's called pump. Uh, pump.fun. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, trades.
That was our entertainment session for the day.
Yeah,
Nice
I
one. Good trade. Good trading.
Oh no, we just got wrecked.
oh, dude,
Bad.
bro,
Yeah,
you're live streaming this, dude. That's
yeah.
not good.
It's
Oh,
okay.
you're
Yeah,
the
no,
one.
no, no. That's actually good. You have to show the people like the good and the bad. You
Yeah,
Oh
cannot
yeah,
just show the people, oh,
I
I'm like
agree.
always printing. Because like if
No,
you're
dude,
always
no.
printing, then you're like a scammer if you're always printing.
Yeah, I know that. That wasn't the point. The point was that if someone here was, us helping it, right, and
Well,
us sell like 1% of the supply, I think that's not good because I mean they would
yeah.
like to sell before us.
I hear you. I don't think people should be copy trading us though. Like
I
But,
agree.
if
but
you're
they do.
yeah, I mean if you do it, you do it. So like this was I don't want to say this is a bad trade because like what Charfer is saying, like this is perfect for teaching people and for educating. We just paid a nice little bag to teach people. So like honestly, like I've done this exact trade over the past few times really, really profitably. And let's see like why this did really, really poorly. So like I think one thing is usually when I'm doing this, I'm doing it for coins in like the 2 to 5 million market cap range. And so even though the volume was super high here, it hadn't progress to the kind of like second tier. And obviously we just see like nothing but sell pressure. So this is essentially like a soft rug. So like
Yeah.
how what did we see here? What could we have seen here that would have like told us this sooner and helped us like prevent because to me this is like a fucking incredible like entry. Like I should have maybe we should have like not spot bought near the top and just did a soul entry. But like this same chart with the
Yeah.
same metrics also goes to 5 million. So
Oh,
Yeah.
you wait, like you basically spot bought the top.
no, so I did
Why?
soul.
Yeah, I would like I would just like deploy Sol here, right? Like always. Like
Me too.
I would never buy, especially here. Here you have like a perfect double top. Like basically
Yeah.
it's like end of wave five. Like it's like 99% of the time this will be like the top. So
Mm.
you don't need like any of the coin, right? That's like probably the only mistake. But the entry was perfect. Like this is like a perfect entry. I would do it like 100 out of 100 times. Like if somebody would tell me like this is gonna run, like I would still do it.
So
Yeah,
go ahead.
I guess one thing we could have done better was maybe spending a little more time on researching the coin, right? Because I guess like 1 million, I like it did touch 1 million, right, in market cap approximately, and I guess like that range is like that limit itself it isn't that hard to reach nowadays, right? You have many tokens that reach 1 million and then they dump instantly after. Um, I do agree. Like, if it had gone to 3 or 5 million, that's a whole different story. That means it actually, has attracted a lot of liquidity because it's a lot harder to pump a token to 3 to 5 million, especially within the first 2 hours, than to 1 million. As to what I've experienced. Also, we could have done some research on his Twitter. I think like it's looking like a Twitter coin where they've made a spaces and are waiting for Elon Musk to participate in that spaces. So maybe we could have done some research on that as well. to figure out whether if it actually could, rocket or not.
Yeah. I think, Yusuf, what you said about the ease with which coins can hit the 1 million market cap is really the key. Like, because I've been watching charts recently, and anytime I see like 3 to 400,000 on the 5 minute, it goes to like 5 million. But I think because like obviously anytime you see a launch like this, there's gonna be volume bots going on. And so I'm guessing what happened here is like, I mean, obviously this is a soft rug. And so they paid to get volume going on. And then I'm guessing this is most of like the bundle holders that just like dumped on us over time. And so maybe like this same chart, but when it's at the 2 to 3 million mark, as opposed to the 1 million mark, is a much higher percentage of success versus the 1 million, which has a much lower barrier to entry to get to that point.
Mhm. Yeah, could you try to check their Twitter account? Like it seems like they might have a spaces going on.
They're still listening. They still got it going.
Yeah,
I think it's essentially is just a soft rug. Is That's all it is. And I mean it's my fault. I made the decision. It's slightly sleep deprived at the same time, but I think like what you were
I
saying,
get.
Yusuf, about like
Yeah,
the 1 million being too easy for coins to get to is that's going to be something I'm going to incorporate into my trading. And then also I think like the risk reward versus spot buying isn't necessarily worth it. Um,
oh, they closed the spaces. I think that's why.
yeah, yeah, there's a soft
Yeah,
rug. Oh
yeah, that
well.
was definitely soft. But I think we could have closed. Like we don't know when they closed that spaces, right? But if we were tracking their Twitter profile and if we were
Yeah,
in that spaces, right, listening to what the host was saying and so on, we could have possibly gotten a better stop loss than the one
yeah.
we got because
I
we might have sold like 10 minutes after he closed the spaces, right?
I'm not sure. I actually
Yeah,
really
I'm not
like
sure either.
using Hawk Buy for positions like this because then you have the automatic stop loss in place. Um, I think yeah, as soon as I saw this sell off, I probably should have acknowledged and realized that this is a soft rug. And I mean, maybe we get lucky and we exit here at this little mini pump. But like this, anytime you see this like straight down, if you miss the bounce at the 50 and you go all the way past the 786, that's almost always going to be a soft rug. And so that's where I think really the exit should have been. And then we got like, I mean,
It
obviously
should be
like
it should be behind. Like it should like basically like yeah, most of the coins like are not respecting like they actually go below and then just like sit below like the 786.
hmm,
So it's yeah, I would not go like I would actually go out at like more because like it's yeah, just seen so many cases where this just like happens where like it goes to like 82%, right? 83. And then it just like sits there. And then it's like, yeah. Like that's like your range, like where you like to like LP, right? Like the 786. But that's like
yeah,
basically it always goes like just like a little bit below. So yeah, I learned like the hard way. Like I was like I'm like leverage trading since like 2016. And like where I lost like most of my money and just like what was like my biggest mistake was like actually those like stop losses like just like placed like really incorrectly, right? Because like
yeah.
I was just like taking away uh yeah my chances of like the position like
You might
recovering. So
stop
for
taking.
example, like what I used to do, like I was like really stupid. I go like into profit and then I just like move the stop loss, right? But like with moving the stop loss, you're basically like changing the trade. And like it went down, right? Like it touched my stop loss and like I got exited, right? Like with a small profit. But like yeah. Anyway,
Hmm,
that's just
I
like
hear
why
you.
I'm like saying like you're already like basically like what I'm you're losing, right? Like at this point, but like this like 2-3% like won't change like a big thing, right? But it can really help a lot, right?
I hear you. Yeah, I think I think the big thing for me is this like complete sell off with no actual bounce. Like this is
Yeah,
just showing
yeah.
the insiders exiting. They're not giving the coin a chance. And so that's like that's a big signifier. And then I also like I want to say this mostly from my own like practice and experience. I think you guys made the right call about spot buying here being a mistake and not worth the risk. 'Cause even like
Yeah, yeah.
we could have done this LP and exited here and probably been like break even or maybe slightly in profit just with fee generation if we did like a tight range and took this first sell off. But alas, that is the nature of the beast. You win some, you lose some.
No, I
Um,
think like that's perfectly fine. I think like you did like a good play, except spot buying, like I would not have changed like anything else, honestly. Like this was like a beautiful runner. You caught the top, like, man, like yeah. You just like you just do it.
it's the world we live in.
You have to
So
lose some.
let's take a look at the other coins. So we have a little bag in pesto, which is doing really well now. Yusuf, do you want to walk us through how to LP this? Your audio is gone.
You guys hear me now? Hello?
We hear you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, if you guys are not aware, Pesto is a coin that launched. I believe it launched a bit after Moodang. You know, it kind of rides on the same idea. It pumped due to Moodang pumping. So we can expect its price action to depend on where Moodang goes, right? Um, yeah. So to be honest, considering the recent pump that Mooding has had, like this big pump, along with the fact that Chart2 also made a position expecting price to go down, I think we could make a position here in Pesto, where we put most of our capital into the lower side, expecting a dip in Mooding and therefore also in Pesto. Um, Yes, so that's like my general idea for pesto. What do you think about going a little more bearish? Although you already have some pesto because you did quite some before.
Well, our DCA worked perfectly because we got in before this big bump up. I would
Yeah,
say we respect this as the bottom. I kind of think that pesto is bottoming here, but we could also see correlation relative to what Mudang does. Um, I kind of lean towards a more like a bit more aggressive hypothesis. Put some soul down here, but we really want to catch like gain up here. Um, these would be our two resistance areas. Chart, what do you think?
Let me just pull up my chart. Like I faded the coin and like I was in Singapore, so I was like totally out of trading. Let me just open it up. Ooh, Pesto is like, yeah, Pesto is not like following uh Mudang. Like Pesto is like basically at a set that's like a pretty big retrace, right? Oh yeah. Like Pesto is like here like at a point of like dying off, maybe even in my opinion, right? Like
Do
that's like yeah, that's like the spot like where basically you will get like the opportunity, like it will bounce around like yeah, I would say 50% up and maybe like 20% down. Like that's basically like the 786 play, right? Uh and then like it depends like on the community if it can like but like this is like definitely like not like the same chart as like yeah, it like went like really strong up, but it retraced like really heavily, right?
yeah,
Uh,
there is definitely the possibility that pesto dies off and just kind of like
oh,
fades away
but
from
it's a good
Mudang.
LP play here. Like I'm sure it's like even like if it dies off, it's not gonna die off like for the next couple of days. Like it's gonna put up like a fight around here, like 786, right? So I'm thinking, yeah, like it's a good play, and yeah, there's still like volume there.
Yusuf, where do you want to put our bottom at? Did we lose Yusuf?
I think he's gone.
All right, we're gonna wing it here. I think earlier he was talking about doing 3-4 as his bottom. I'll go a little bit below what we've seen here to give
Let
us
me,
some room.
yeah, let me just see where I would put the bottom. Pesto. Yeah, it's like that's a good LP play here. Pesto, Solana. Let's take this.
We don't like going that far down.
This.
What do you think about this move up in like the last hour or so? I feel like we kind of need to respect that.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. It's it's really hard to be like smart when the coin retraces like 80%, honestly.
Why do you say so?
Because like 80% is like really, like uh, there's like
That
still probably a lot of sell pressure on the way up because like now you basically have like now you have like a lot of people buying the coin, right? Like the flippers, the swing traders, right? And when it goes up like 50%, 100%, then you get like them like shoving it, you know?
yeah.
So that's where the problem is because like a lot of people like are like those like swing traders like their thesis is like okay this like bottomed, right, so it will bounce, right, so like for them like it's like a no-brainer play, right, like they can like even like break even or go into profit like with this trade, so it's like a really good trade.
Yeah,
um
okay. So I'm here again. Hayden, okay, so what did you guys discuss about Tesla?
We're trying to decide on a bottom. So I think that we see
Yeah.
more of an uptrend here because we see this move up with a spike in volume, and this floor has held pretty well. I don't.
To
Yeah,
be honest, I agree. Like I agree. Like that floor is a previous support area. You can try and
yeah, back here.
yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. Um yeah, that support area is very strong. I definitely agree on that. On those prices being the prices that where price will bounce off. I think we could lower it a bit depending on what pool are you in. Like, are you in the 2% pool?
100
The
bin.
100% pool?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we could lower it in that case. We could make two positions to be honest. Like we could make a one-sided Sol and a one-sided Pesto. Because assuming that you're correct, right? Like I do agree that it seems like it might actually have a leg up because it has it just had a pretty substantial increase in volume very recently, and it's been sitting at a very good price, chopping back and forth over the last few days, so it kind of deserves a pump. So I'd rather make two positions, two like different positions, one with Sol and one with Pesto, so that we can cover a wider price range in only two positions.
What price? So look at the range I have here. I personally don't think we need to do any more of a range than this because if we go outside of this, we've either closed in profit or we've gone below our support. But where do you think we should be?
I think we should like for support, I'd rather choose like 33, 34, maybe like around that, 35.
So I really disagree because I think if we break our support here, we don't want to be in the coin. I think if we break support, it's signaling a further downtrend.
Yeah, but if you, yeah, like I think it depends on what you mean by support because 35 would also be a support price point. Like if you go on a lower time frame, could you go to 15-second or 1 minute? Yeah, just do 1 minute, right? You will see that it actually did touch 35 today, right? Like a 36.
Sure.
Yeah, like on Photon, it did touch 35, I'm pretty sure. We're just, 36, whatever, same thing, right? But I think 30. 35 or 36 would be a more reliable support area in my opinion.
We can try it. I don't, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm tilted because of that last L, but like to me, if we go down to that level, I wouldn't want to still be in the position. But let's try it and we'll see how it goes. So we did a 20 soul DCA in. What do you want to add to soul underneath?
We can do a mix between spot and or actually I'd rather just do a bid ask, right? Because if I think you do have some. I think you bring up a good point. Like if it goes to 36, yeah, I don't know, man. I wouldn't go full bearish on Pesto if it did go to 36. In my opinion, in my honest opinion, like why do you think it would go even further below? Like if it touched that price?
Because the volume, like when coins have this like slow tail off like this. I was watching Omichi the other day and it has kind of like a similar chart and it hit the 786. It ranged a little bit, but it never saw any like real volume. The volume here is kind of nice, but it was doing like 20 or 30K on the 5 minute and it just never got the buys to break out and it just dwindled down and did like 30 to 40% down over the next like day or two. That's like what I
Nah.
want to avoid.
Yeah, you're right in regards to Omishi. I think Pesto is a bit different because Pesto like it seems more established.
Sure.
But
Just
yeah,
do you want to be buying the coin at this price point?
to be honest, like I would buy it if it like I actually had a limit order set up with Photon, at 34, but it didn't touch 34. So I genuinely think that if price would go down there, it would pump. It would bounce up again, right? Because that's around 5 million in market value, and Pesto and 5 million market cap sounds like a pretty good deal to me, personally. I don't think it's gonna go below 5 million. Like I think 5 million is the low. Is the ultimate low for Pesto. If it goes below it, I would ultimately turn bearish.
Let's try it then. So do you want to do bid ask the whole way?
We could do a mix between bid ask and spot, but we already have so many tokens, right? So there's no reason like we already bought a good amount of Pesto, so we could just do a bid ask. That would mitigate some of the losses that we would experience if price went down, or mitigate some of the losses from the profits because you bought earlier.
All right, we'll try a bit.
Yeah, just do a bid ask and then and then we can decide on the Pesto position.
What do you want to do for your top range?
Try and go back to the chart. Let's look at it. You can do 10 million, to be honest, like maybe even more.
I kind of like here this like 0.8 is a good
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, I
See what's going
agree.
there.
I agree. I think that's a pretty good, pretty solid price point.
And how do you want to set up the capital?
Just do spot so that we can earn some
Well,
good fees. Like Pesto is a coin that actually makes a lot of volume when it pumps. Usually
I
it
want
does.
to add a little bit in bid ask.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
I feel like you lose out a lot on opportunity costs if you don't have some bid ask in the top range.
Mm. Yeah, I agree.
I still like
Yeah,
building.
so Ishak mentioned a very good point actually. He said that I don't think Pesto will dip below 5 million, except if Mudane goes below 150 million.
We'll see. I
Yeah.
honestly, I know you've been paying a lot more attention to the chart than I have, and I'm definitely like a little tilted about that last L. So
No, I don't think like they're like correlated in any way. I don't think like Pesto and like Wudang are correlated in any way
I
whatsoever.
think they
they
are.
definitely
Like
were. They
if
definitely were on the run up.
Yeah, if Moodin goes to 500 million, I can assure you that Pesto is going to touch 20 million or 30 million or maybe even more. I'm pretty confident on that.
Yeah, I don't see like any correlation whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
to be
because like
honest,
they were like just like you're basing like your thesis because like the coin was like running at the same time as like, but
not
like look at the retrace. Like this is like an 80% retrace, and like Moodink like started the retrace only like yesterday, and it's like 40%.
yeah, but it's a low
Like
market
80%
capitalization.
is like 80% is like at the point of dying, right?
Yeah, but you know, we need to consider the market cap, right? Like it's way harder to dump a coin by 80% when it's at 300 million, in contrast to a coin that is
Huh?
at 30 million.
It's the same. Like it's easier to dump it like 80%.
No, not at 300 million. That's harder. Like
It's not much
I
harder. Like those numbers are like not much harder, right? Like it takes basically it takes like 3 cells of like 1%. You know,
no,
so
but
like
there's
like
so
that's why
much
I'm like I'm just
liquidity.
trying to tell you like there's like not
No,
much.
no, dude. Dude, there's so much liquidity on Mooding, bro. Like Meteora has alone like 3 million USD, man, or something like that. Like Radio must have like similar amounts. So like I don't know, man. Like I think I know that it is for a fact harder to like it would be like it would make a
Okay,
very
yeah, it
small
has like
yield.
more liquidity. Yeah, like it would be harder than like a 30 million coin. Yeah, but
Mm.
not much. Like not that much, right? It's like
I
still
don't
easy,
know. Yeah.
extremely easy to dump a coin, right?
I mean, generally, yes, you're right. Like it just you know, like the dev just needs to sell so many of his tokens, right? Like generally, it is easy to dump a token, but that's generally right. Like in terms of Pesto and Mooting, I think we have two like unique coins in the ecosystem. Like they seem pretty legit and solid, and also like the other reason for why I think they correlate, right? Chartfu, aside of the fact that they launch in a similar time and that they move in similar ways in terms of price action, is that Pesto was actually also, or it has been mentioned, you know, across many social medias. Like I'm not even kidding, you know, like Pesto
No,
has
it's like the
been,
same narrative. Like I know
yeah,
what you're trying to
exactly,
say. I'm like I'm
exactly.
aware. Like I'm aware that like they're like the same narrative, but like
Mm,
they're not even close. Like they're like there's not like even because like that's where you see like on a retrace, right? Like on a retrace, you see like this coin is like 80% down, and like this shit like basically like Moodeng just like
mm.
is trying to like people are trying to dump it right now, but there's like so much buy pressure like that it just like doesn't go down. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
it's a unique coin. It's a unique coin. I agree. I agree.
it's like they're like the same narrative, right? But this is like yeah, like Pesto is like an amazing beta play, right? It
Mm.
I'm not saying this, right? Just like
Yeah.
yeah. Well, like I like love to like I rather I'll rather like look at it like independently and just like base my decisions like on that as like any
Mm.
coin, right? Rather than like compare it to something like where you're, yeah, where it's just like the same narrative, but like it's not like the same, especially yeah, just like the retrace. But yeah, anyway, like
Mm.
it's good to talk about it, you know?
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
I'm not saying like I'm like yeah, like maybe I'm wrong, right?
Yo, guys, we're kind of getting out there on time, so let's go ahead and shift to Q&A and see if the audience has any questions. I gotta run to the bathroom again and take a piss. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, okay. So, chart food, like, could you possibly go to the Q&A section and read some of the questions out loud? Because I joined a bit, like, you know, I was disconnected, so I can't see all the
Yo, where
comments.
oh Q&A. Oh, one sec. Uh, okay, 1703. Hey, good afternoon. Are we going to get Ben's money today from last week? Profit, please. Oh, that's like
Okay,
a pro. Okay, like
yeah,
yeah, I'll just ignore that one. Dismiss. Uh,
Yeah, I can try to read it.
I know those type of guys. I would like to
Yeah.
provide the thesis on it, given the opportunity. Thank you. Yeah, I guess like we'll ignore that because like that was like an hour ago.
Mm.
And then Pesto Sol is a good opportunity to LP. It has been ranging around 6 to 8. It's highly oversold, and I think will range higher in the coming year. Listed on Texas like Max C Media, Alta Attention, and Katy Perry has talked about it. So I think it's gonna print the fees in the coming days. It also has some permanent loss risk. Yeah. Yeah, I
Mm.
agree. Like I agree with that, but like it has like the coin fell down to like 800K volume, which is like extremely low for such like a coin.
Mm.
Like if you have like such like a coin that like you're betting like the attention on, this coin
Mm.
should even like with a such low market cap, it should have like a volume around the number like its market cap or higher. Like that's what I'm like finding like really strange with Pesto. It has like only 800K volume, which is like to me it's like extremely low for such like a high
Yeah.
attention, right?
I agree. But like okay, so I can tell you that for the last 24 hours, main rating pool, right, has made 3.3 million in USD, like in
Okay,
volume.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a that's like an okay number, right? I would
Mm.
still love to see like much more volume on
Yeah,
such.
I can try to check Bird Eye because Bird Eye, they aggregate all the pools.
I mean, I got
Let's see how
So
much
what
volume.
was the three level?
garage sale too. I mean, you can.
Okay, so it has actually made 11 million USD in volume over the last 24 hours. That's very good
Let me
numbers.
see. That's like that sounds really good, right? Let me just
Yeah,
check.
that's very good. Yeah.
That completely like changes the picture, right?
Yeah. Okay, so to be honest, Bob, now that we're talking about it, right? I think you should. I think we should, hold some pesto aside, bro. Just or
Oh yeah,
just in
yeah, yeah.
case.
I mean, like if the volume is like you said, let me just check. Yeah,
Bird Eye
volume
pretty
is like
good
11
going.
mil.
Mm.
Volume is like 11 mil. Like the last, like that's like really bullish volume. Let me see.
Yeah, we could also go wider as Justin is suggesting in the chat.
Uh,
Let's
I mean, like
do
probably,
this.
probably like us talking here now, like will maybe like form the bottom.
Yeah, I agree. I hope so.
Yeah,
Like, because
yeah.
I
Like
like the
those
coin.
motherfuckers like ape anything. Yeah.
What do you think we should do? We have essentially a quarter of our pesto has been sold off. Do you want to pull half
Man,
of
the
the
volume
liquidity?
is crazy.
Well, so you said half of it or a
Oh,
quarter?
a quarter of our pesto has sold off already.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can just keep it open, right, Bob? But if it goes to like let me just see, okay? If it goes to if it goes to 7, right? Like 7-0 against Seoul, you can just close out the position or withdraw
And hold
withdraw
our capital.
all yeah the rest of the rest of the peso, right? And just keep it
Yusuf,
aside.
what I'll do is if we get to the 7-0, I'll close out and I'll allocate the remainder in this range up here. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Oh my lord. I'm like so waiting on our dog to bounce. It's just been selling off all morning. All right,
Yeah.
I think that's it. Let's see if there's any questions in Q&A.
Yeah, we did go through some of them at least.
Yeah, yeah, I think we'll probably wrap it up. I need a freaking nap, y'all. I'm freaking exhausted.
Oh yeah.
Sharpview, you're a trooper. Thanks for showing up. Really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
sure.
Professor,
Okay.
for doing the shout out for the decoder bot. If you want to, everyone should go enter the contest because it's freaking like free alpha. If you get a chance to get in there. Yusuf, did you want to say something?
Yeah, someone asked in the Q&A section, right? So because he didn't hear us discussing why pesto possibly wouldn't go below 5 million, right? So the ultimate conclusion was that it has formed many strong bottoms at around 5 million, right? So we are not expecting it to go below that. We expect it to bounce off if it touches 5 million. So that was the that was the reasoning.
Cool. All right, I think that's it for LP Jam number 13. Yeah, we left a feedback form on the Twitter. Yusuf, do you mind reposting that in chat again real quick?
I will do that, yeah. Give me just 1 second.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, so we're always just trying to find ways to improve the jams and most importantly, provide like better content for y'all, help y'all improve your LPing and just expand the LP army. So please take a second and check out the feedback form we have. Just looking to get some ideas and some feedback on what we've been doing. And thanks for everyone showing up. We'll see you guys next week and be sure to stay tuned on Twitter for some write-ups of this week's jam and any updates we have coming on throughout the week.
Absolutely, yeah. And I just wanted to add that you can also find the link to the forum in our Twitter or in the Meteora Twitter account.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed
Guys, it was a pleasure. Bye.
See you
Goodbye, everyone.